So in lesson 5, what we're going to do is show you how to draw a figure that has multiple sides in it. Remember in lesson 4, we drew a circle, which basically was a series of straight lines. So now let's start out with drawing a square. So what I'd like to do is first, let's replace this sprite with a new sprite. And in this particular sprite, we'll use a baseball. What I'd like to do is make this a little bit smaller. I'll make it 50 so we can see it, and I'm going to move it right to the center here. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is to move it. I'm going to move it 10 steps, and then I'm going to turn it 15 degrees. Actually, let's make a square. So in order to find out how many degrees to turn it, basically what you have to do is determine how many sides you want. So in this case of a square, I'd like 4 sides. And if you divide 360 by the number of sides, or in this case 4, it comes out to be 90. Okay. Now in order to get it to draw, what I'm going to have to do is put the pen down. So I'm going to put the pen down here. Okay. And the other thing is, I wanted to do this 4 times because I've got 4 sides. So let's just add a control here. And so what we're going to do is take this control, and I want it to do it 4 times, and we'll take this code right here and put it inside there. So let's give that a try, see what happens. Okay, and it didn't make a very big square because the baseball covers it. So let's make this 50, the number of steps. Okay, there we go. There we've got a square. Okay, now a couple things we could do here. We could, maybe if we want to draw a triangle, we could try a triangle. A triangle has 3 sides. So there's the sides. How many degrees do we need to turn a triangle? Well, again, how many sides do we have? 3. If we divide that into 360, that's 120. Okay, so let's try that. Okay, there's a triangle. Okay, how about a pentagon? A pentagon has 5 sides. If we divide 5 into 360, that goes, let's see, once here, 500, to be 70, 72 times, 74 times. Let's try 72. Oops. Let's try 72 degrees. Let's see if that works. We gotta make this a 5. Okay, there we go. There's our pentagon. Okay. Now, if we want to change the pen color, what do? We'll go to the pen, change the pen, we'll change the pen color by 10. Okay, so every time we do this, okay, it's going to put a new pen in there, okay, or new pen color. Okay, now the other thing we want to do is we want to make a loop here. So what I think would be best if we move the pen. So I'm going to move it 10 steps. I'm going to rotate it 10 degrees. Okay, and then I'm going to make a loop. Now the question is, how many times do I have to run this? Well, let's just try 10 first, see what that does. Okay, 10's not enough. Let's do 20. And another thing that would help us here is if we cleared this. Let's do an erase all so that it clears the screen. Okay, and it looks to me like we got to do maybe one more, 21 maybe. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, and if we want to continue building this, one of the things we could do, we could position this, okay, and put it in a certain spot, but I'll let that up to you. What you should do now is try, here we've got a pentagon. What you might do is try to do a square, an octagon, which has 8 sides, a decagon, which has 10 sides, or maybe even just do a triangle which has 3 sides. So give it a try.